Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the MCU crew. It's Monday. We got trailers. We got a video game. We also have Inhumans. Jesse, where are you? What? Stop doing that, Jesse. What? I don't. Stop it. What the fuck? For audio listeners, Jesse's like, I don't even know. I don't even want to describe. For audio listeners, you're welcome.
I was wiggling my tongue back and forth like an unstoppable frog, we'll say. Like a frog creature. Like some sort of tongue demon. A demon with a lizard tongue.
What would your demon tongue lizard be named?
Be named? Wartomathith?
What? Does he have a lip?
Wartomathith? There's like apostrophes and shit in there.
Wartomathith?
Okay. The Tongueinator.
Great.
The Lickinator. Oh, yeah, the Lickinator.
10 out of 10. Good job. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Bronze, welcome.
Well, it's nice to see y'all again. Yeah. It's nice to see everyone again.
Welcome to the show.
Nice to be seen. Love your shirt.
Missed this
Good
deeply.
shirt.
Yeah, for a second I thought you got like full sleeve tattoos, but I realized that's just
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. The text says death is like taking off a tight shoe. But it has this happy caterpillar, and I feel like that's me in a nutshell.
I want to spoil a thing for you. We're doing Secret Santa here at the office, and someone, no names, I got them, and the gift I bought them was a T-shirt that has like the shittiest Garfield on it, and it says, "Go touch grass. I just want to kill God." I'm like, this shirt's amazing. I'm buying this shirt.
No, that's an amazing shirt.
Pretty good,
right? It's like a really sad
looking Garfield. AI generated that caption.
Yeah,
but I love it.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Both the shirt that Bronze is wearing and the shirt you just described, giving me big Hollow Knight vibes. A lot of Hollow Knight.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this lady is in Hollow Knight.
Who? The caterpillar?
Yeah. She shows up like, I'm just gardening and I'll kill you.
You might be right. That might be right. That might be correct.
Yeah.
You guys want to watch this trailer? We could be the last people on the internet to react to the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 trailer.
I already reacted.
I know. I know.
And James Gunn responded.
Oh, really? What did he say? What did old DC?
Nothing. He just acknowledged that I was right on the. I was like talking about how the song in it reminds me of walking to junior high.
Oh, okay.
It's 1995. I know the song Space Hog. I know it very well.
Oh,
I'm excited that they might do all 90s music in this movie, which would be even better for me.
That could be a win. Yeah, that'd be great. That might be a win across the board for us 90s kids. I would think we're all 90s kids, right? We're not 80s kids. Well,
Bronze is an 1890s kid.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, what? No, she's like a 2000s kid.
It's true. I come from the yonder years of yore.
Oh.
The old 1890s.
Oh.
Back then, we didn't have music. We just had singing.
Is that right? Is that
that might be right? Yeah, maybe.
That's how I remember it.
Fantastic.
I don't know if it's right.
Great.
I don't know why I've become British either, but here we are.
One of the things I think is super interesting about the ecosystem of reaction videos is within minutes of these videos being out, all the people that I normally see who do reaction videos had like. Not just for this, but Mario and all of I was like, how y'all working so like
They're pretty
This
quick.
is a hustle that I don't have the patience for.
It's
I'm like,
it's all hands on deck DM, and they just hop into a call real quick and start
no,
recording.
but they're like everyone that I see on YouTube. They all like get in the same room together.
Oh, you're so it. I feel like that's easier than an online thing. If you're in an office, they're like, hey, get the fuck in here. We're recording this, and then they just pull people.
They're not like they're all like just dudes or like a guy and his girlfriend or like like. I'm very curious to see what that cycle of content creation is because my goodness, they're like, it's out. We got it out in the first 5 minutes of the trailer. I'm like, you were out before most people saw what the trailer was. Like, my goodness.
Yeah. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's doable.
I just think it's crazy.
It's a little crazy.
Effort.
It's a different.
But hey, they get views, so I guess like if that's your life goal, it
true.
Works.
It's true.
It works.
That's how it goes. You guys ready? I hope you guys won't be able to hear it. You'll have to put it up on your own. But the cast or the crew will see it down here. Sorry. The audience will see it down here. If you guys want to see it, you can see it down there as well.
Fine.
It's very, very small. Very small. But we haven't been detected yet. The mouse hasn't come a knocking to let us know that they need their 30 cents. So that's a win for us.
All right.
You good, Jesse Cox?
I'm always good. Let's get nasty.
All right. Bronze, have you seen this yet? Did you watch it?
No.
Okay.
I was at a con, so
going
in fresh.
There you go. Me and Bronze are the noobs here. Jesse Cox, the seasoned vet.
You didn't. Bless your sweet souls. I had to watch immediately.
I didn't watch
it. I have a commitment to this show.
It's true.
Okay? I just flew for 8 hours, drove in the snow, and sat here and did it, Jesse.
There you go.
Not me. I didn't watch the trailer.
Boom.
I have
Some
no
of us
commitments.
Live by the MCU crew.
I have a fear of commitment.
By the MCU crew.
No, I have a fear of commitment.
That's why you're single.
Whoa.
It is true.
Play the trailer.
That's very true. Yeah, it's not a lie.
There we go.
It's not a lie.
5, 4, 3, 2. Bronze, can you press play? You're laughing. You're laughing uncontrollably.
I'm good.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
We were gone.
Immediately a somber trailer.
But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians.
Are those new suits?
Hello, we come in peace.
What the fuck?
Oh!
Are they on? Are they on like furry planet? Oh, this is a great song.
Don't forget.
This is a great song.
This is a really good song. What the hell? Why are they colored suits?
Pete, I'm done running.
Why are they carrying like a dead Quill right there? This movie's gonna be sad as shit.
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever. That beautiful sky.
Oh, it's Adam Warlock.
Hey, Adam Warlock.
Oh, Groot's got guns. I didn't know he shoot people.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
All right. That's gonna be really
Lila.
sad. They have what?
Lila's in the trailer.
Lila.
Lila, Rocket's love interest, the space otter, Lady Lila.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know
I cannot
that.
believe she's in the fucking movie. Like,
I didn't see that.
Of all the things I could have predicted, that was not going to be one of them. So I am very fucking excited.
Yep.
I mean, it is James Gunn. He loves his deep cuts. So, I mean, I'm on board for an otter wife of Rocket.
Like, my face was like, okay. And then I was like, as soon as I saw her, I was so excited.
I wonder if Cosmo, did we see Cosmo or is Cosmo just a
Cosmo will be in it, but probably as
December,
like a goof
You think
in like
so?
the
I
beginning.
think Cosmo will be a background character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
But Lila like seems like a major plot point because you see the camera pan around while Rocket's hugging her, and I was like, ah, Lady Lila.
Yeah.
someone dead in this.
Oh, someone's
Someone
definitely
dead.
dying, if not all of them.
100%. Yeah.
I could
They better
see.
not be Lady Lila.
I think that's probably a flashback, and she is dead. That, or she's in the
Don't
bad
say
guys
that.
like container thing. And that's why Rocket's going.
He's gonna rescue her. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
it looks
My
like they're
absolute
breaking into
favorite part
someplace.
about this entire trailer is the fact that Groot is like humanish looking,
Yeah.
which to me is 100% not about the fact that we're like, let's change Groot's look, but more about like, we can't do Groot in a theme park because we can't put a man in a Groot outfit. So what if we make Groot look like a man in a Groot outfit in the
No, but
movie?
Yeah.
But they have
They
Groot
tried to put tech
at
into it, and the
Disney.
tech sucked. They tried to make like an animatronic Groot, and it like wouldn't work. It like sucked.
It's too slow.
So I think this is them
Yeah.
being like, we're gonna put a man in a
It
Groot
was-
suit from now on.
It was slow, but people could pose with it.
Sure, I think
Yeah.
they just are like over
Like
that.
it looked dope as fuck because I've seen it. Like it looked really cool. They just couldn't
Sure.
move it around the park, so you would have to like
Yeah,
come
and I
to
think
one
this is-
spot to like take a picture with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Groot design in this seems very much like it's designed for a park. We're gonna now have a dude in a Groot suit from now on, which is like whatever. Like that's fine. It's interesting.
I just realized because it kept going back to why were their suits colored. That's an Among Us reference.
Yeah. Maybe.
It is, but there's also like
I mean, there's probably
There's-
something canonical in the movie, but that's definitely an Among Us reference.
I think it's also
well-
literally just so you can tell them apart.
True.
yeah, there's also man, even before Among Us, and I don't think this is the case, but there was a pretty famous artist who was like doing spacesuits in those colors, but it was as a oh my god, like a Pac-Man reference, and those are supposed to be the ghosts. And like there's a bunch of different things it could be, but it does feel like Among Us. Yeah.
Oh, Chad's
It's
saying
fun.
that
Like, there's a-
Gunn made said that it is a Space Odyssey 2001 reference.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see Among Us though. I think every other person
You know what?
born in the past 15 years is going to see Among Us.
Sure.
What's a
You
Space
know what I
Odyssey?
caught? Or what my prediction is? I think the reason they're on that furry planet is to learn more about where Rocket came from. They're going to
Probably.
find out that Rocket was taken from there. And then Rocket's going to find out that, or he's going to maybe remember that like there was someone else with him and that they're going to break into that prison to get her out. And I think Rocket's going to be the center pin of this because we haven't gotten almost any lore on him, but we know
True.
it's tragic.
Yeah.
Like his introduction, even in the first movie, was the darkest other than Drax's. Like Drax's family died, and his is like you see him take off his shirt, and there's like all that like weird those implants back there, and so it's been heavily like like implied that he has had an incredibly rough life,
Yeah.
and so I think like someone is going to die helping him reunite with like Lila and his family, and I think that's why they're on that furry planet. Is they're going to find out more about what this planet is and like how he was taken from there.
Yeah. Well, I think the high evolutionary is. I mean, that's the bad guy, and that's who took Rocket. That's who.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I think
On Rocket created him in a lot
Adam
of ways.
Warlock is going to be the like
Pseudo bad guy
this is
that
the
turns out to be a
villain,
good
but then
guy.
like not the yeah.
Yeah.
In the end, it's like I'm here to help you, like that. Yeah.
And he looks fine. Adam Poulter looks fine. I think is.
Yeah.
How do you? I
Fine.
mean, Adam Warlock is a fucking golden dude, so it's gonna look a little bit weird. But we're in a movie where there's a giant tree man and a walking, talking raccoon. So it should
Also,
be
Sylvester Stallone's in this for some reason. I guess he's back as his
probably back as a
Ravager
Ravager
self, so-
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what that means overall, but like, chill. I'm here for it.
Yeah. Probably a
Mhm.
just to call back to that. Let's make who's dying? All of them? Rocket, Pratt. I think the Guardians are. We know Drax is done. I don't think they'll kill Drax.
It's similar with Blue Blood. Because you
Yeah, no.
see Peter crying and trying to stabilize someone, and there's like a bunch of blue liquid. So I'm wondering if it's someone with blue blood. wonder if
Who
it's
would-
Gamora.
I think,
or sorry,
I
not
think-
Gamora.
Nebula?
the Gamora's sister,
Nebula?
Nebula. I wonder if it's
but
Nebula.
can't really die. Nebula's like been ripped apart a million times.
Yeah, she does have
So,
like a
like,
lot of
Mantis?
mechanical. Could be
I don't-
Mantis, maybe.
Maybe Mantis. I
That
have a
would maybe
feeling that
explain why they went out of their way to do that whole narrative through line of like Mantis being Peter's sister.
Oh,
That way
to
there's
set that
punch
up
to
so it's
it.
more tragic. Yeah,
I'm
Because
convinced
other
Rocket's
characters, if they die, it
100%
wouldn't
dead.
be as big of a deal.
yeah.
What?
Convinced
You're
Rocket's
convinced
dead.
Rocket's dead?
I think Rocket's dead for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he does the self-sacrifice move. It's
Yeah,
not
this
that
is
he
his
like
story,
dies.
and I think he's done.
self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I don't think
like
so.
Peter's gonna go for the self-sacrifice, and then Rocket's gonna like lock him in an airlock or something, and then go self-sacrifice. That's gonna be what happens. 100%.
No, I don't think it's gonna be anything like. I don't think it's gonna be anything like that. I think it's just gonna be like, dude is dead. Like his story arc is resolving the thing with like his origin, and he's gonna like, I don't know, man.
Here's
We'll
the
see.
thing. Let me ask you guys another question about character deaths. Would Star-Lord dying even be upsetting?
Like Peter Quill?
yeah. Like would I don't know if that would have any emotional
At this
reaction.
point, I would say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would
For
be
me
kinda
at
light.
least. But I don't think they're gonna throw away so much of their old, tried and true folks
Mm,
when the roster for the MCU is already thin.
right. In terms of star power, like raw
Right.
star power.
Yeah. Like there's no Chris Evans.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's no Robert Downey Jr.
It would
I'm just doing
yeah.
mental mathematics here. Like it would be very stupid to once again like flush out more of, oh, these people have been in several successful movies, and
if there's
like why would they get rid of more of them?
if this is the last Guardians movie, which I believe Gunn has said that it is, and he's over at DC now, so I don't see he's going to be working on another Guardians film anytime soon. At least not for like the next 10 years. I don't know where they would show up as characters apart from like
Secret War.
Yeah, but in terms of the cosmic aspect of Marvel, they have like what
Didn't they already
Captain
say they're
Marvel, and
making
that's it.
I mean, I feel like no matter what, the characters that are in this, like Drax is done. I know that Bradley Cooper was like, "No, I'm done with Rocket after this."
Yeah,
Most of the people.
Batista said
so
he's
like,
getting too old for it, so he's done.
yeah, I would say that based on these characters, we probably don't need to worry about a lot of, because they're going to introduce like Adam Warlock's going to take over the Adam Warlocky thing. Like he'll be the new space guy, and then we'll get we'll start seeing some of the other characters that are like space heroes.
When do you
start to
think
be
Nova
filtered
shows
in.
up? Is that
Yeah,
is that
that's what I'm
Adam
saying. Like
Warlock
we'll get
thing?
Nova. We'll start getting them. I'm based on characters going back to like who would die. I mean, Mantis is like cool, but I don't think it's a character that people will be like, oh fuck no. And like Groot has already died, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna kill Star-Lord. It's just not gonna happen. And they're not gonna kill Gamora again. So that's not gonna happen.
No,
So
I don't think it's Gamora either.
literally,
I don't think so either.
and Nebula isn't big enough of a character that her death would mean anything. And so like unless the entire movie is about her story arc being like, I hated you guys, but now I'm here and I guess I'm your friend and I'll sacrifice myself, which is like whatever, still isn't that emotional. The only two that
No.
seem to be like murder targets are Drax and Rocket.
I think
And-
that's why I'm leaning towards Drax, because I literally don't think they know what to do with that character. Because in the comics, that character's whole through line is ripping Thanos' heart out of his chest, right?
Yeah.
And like Thanos killed his family. And now he's kind of been reduced to like a comedic relief, even though it's a great character and I do like him, because like he doesn't have a greater narrative story arc than that. But he is well loved and people like him. And so I feel like if he were to die, people would be crushed and devastated, but it would also get them out of like having to just give him a bunch of one-liners, because his whole motivation was killing Thanos, and Thanos doesn't exist.
Yeah, he doesn't really have one right now. Like we don't know what even in the holiday special, he didn't really have like
I feel like
Yeah.
but I feel like
Motivation.
He didn't in the second movie either.
yeah. It's true.
I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't kill off the comedy relief in a movie like this, where I feel like instead they would. Rocket is a character that has emotional depth to him and a backstory that I think is important, and that's a character that could easily. That's like gonna get you when like the raccoon dies. Like that's
When the
I don't know,
furry creature
Drax,
dies,
yeah. The Drax I feel like has the vibe of a guy who would end up, like how like Thanos is like on a farm and they like that kind of vibe. I feel like Drax, his ending is the reason why he's not in it anymore because he like finds peace is like a solid way to end his character. Who's
That-
like kind
That
of
could be the
tormented.
ending then. Is that Rocket dies,
Thinking of
Quill
it, like-
retires, gives the Guardians or gives the captain the ship, whatever, to Adam, and then like the rest of the Guardians just kind of fuck off, except for probably like Mantis and Nebula. They stick around with Adam Warlock.
I just the reason I'm like so like opposed to this prediction, not to the writing, but to the prediction,
Yeah.
is that y'all think Disney would kill a cute furry animal
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
a movie
I
for
think-
children?
I think James
Yes.
Gunn would kill a cute furry animal. I think Disney would push back and James Gunn would say, look, this is the best.
They came up with 8 iterations of Groot to sell merch. And now they're
Yeah.
gonna sell Lila and Rocket merch. I don't know that they would.
I don't think Lila's
give-
going to be as big
just,
as you think
I just
she is.
don't know.
I think that's a
No,
I
but
think
flashback.
it's
it's not
all
about-
flashback.
Yeah.
Like she's not a big part of the story? Because I'm not saying she's gonna be big. I'm saying it's gonna be fucking cute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
she's-
she'll
I
be
don't
cute.
expect
She's like-
anybody to know who she is. I don't know if you saw that little frame of that fucking cute little otter. I don't know if
Yeah.
she's CG or what. That shit was fucking adorable. And you think they're gonna kill him after that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess y'all are on the James Gunn train, and I'm like, Disney would never let that happen. They're so freaking cute. Like they traumatize children forever. Killing
Maybe.
off the cute
I feel
animal
like
couple after
I
putting them in cages and doing testing on them.
think Gunn's got he's got like the Disney pass, right? Like he came back on board and was like, all right, I'll do this, but I'm gonna do it my way. Right? Because this was filmed after all that controversy.
Yeah.
And this
I'm just
is-
like, maybe some of this for me is denial.
maybe
'cause
yeah,
They
it might be
traumatized
denial.
the fuck out of me with Dumbo. Like that movie like ruined my I don't know if anybody else felt that way. Like that movie, I couldn't go to a circus after that.
Dumbo is pretty
It
traumatizing. I
traumatized
mean,
me that
Bambi's also
badly, like-
traumatizing. If you were a
Yeah,
child.
Bambi
Don't-
didn't get me as much for some reason.
Yeah.
Because I think like I didn't find it relatable in some ways where I was like, it was sad, obviously. But, like for some reason, Land Before Time, which wasn't Disney, I don't think. And
Dude, how
Dumbo
dare they.
specifically. Like I literally couldn't go to like the Ringley Brothers like circus and stuff because I would just think about the elephants in the cages and I would cry. So I'm like, are they still doing that to kids?
Yeah,
Is that a thing? Are they still doing that to children? Because they need to stop. They're monsters. Someone needs to stop them.
it might be. Brave Little
Okay,
Toaster
so hey,
also said-
hi, gang. I love you both. You're
Hi.
both amazing.
Okay.
You're my favorite people in the world. But I just want to say, for the record, once again, I'm sorry in advance for spoiling movies for everyone. But
Uh-oh.
Coxtradamus strikes again.
Okay.
So I was thinking of the scene you mentioned, Bronze, and I said to myself, I'm gonna go look at that scene with Rocket, and that is at like I don't know what is this. It's at 1 minute 24 seconds in the trailer, and I was like, oh, is it like from the past? And I was trying to see what outfit he had on because in the beginning of the trailer, you see all the Guardians in the like cool Guardian official outfit, and I was like, wonder what outfit that Rocket's wearing. But I couldn't tell. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go back to the beginning and see if I can tell what outfit he's wearing there. Go back to the beginning.
What's
Do
time?
you see Rocket in that scene at all?
Oh, with the Lila, you mean?
No. The first, at 12 seconds in, when they walk down the ramp,
Oh.
he's not even in that scene. I think that's the end of the movie. I think the beginning of the trailer is the end of the movie and Rocket's gone. He may not be dead, but he's not in that scene.
You don't think he's behind Quill? You don't think
Keep
that's
watching
trailer magic?
Keep watching it. He's not in that scene, dude.
Well, I can't.
What
Either
if they're
he's
going to
edited out-
rescue him because he went to get Lila?
Oh, you're right.
I don't think they dropped a spoiler that huge in the trailer.
I don't think anyone noticed. I don't think anyone took the time. Look, he's not there.
Rocket's not there.
No, I bet
Now, they
that,
could do
and
what
that's
they
when
usually
they come
do.
to what is their equivalent of like a furry village. I bet you they came down there to look for Rocket because Rocket went home or something like that, or wanted to find out more about himself. That seems to me like they're suiting up to go get Rocket or figure out where Rocket went.
Bless your sweet copium. God bless you. Bless it.
But why
bless it
would
all.
they be going to the furry village at the end of the movie,
Dude, I don't
followed
know.
by
I
a
have
scene
no
where they
clue.
hit a bunny in the head with a ball?
Cause it's literally Guardians and they do it for comedy.
No, this looks like, oh, Rocket's missing. Let's go after him.
This is
and
middle
then
of film?
and then you see them, and then you see them in jumpsuits where they're obviously like in prison. I think like where he maybe got captured again.
Maybe this, you know what? I will say maybe this could be that scenario where Rocket went to go find his furry girlfriend and ended up on this planet where the High Evolutionary created all this stuff, and so they've arrived to get him back. Certainly that's a
Yes.
possibility. I'll allow that.
Yes.
You know what? I'll allow it.
I think that's
Like,
more
because
likely.
thinking of the narrative structure of the movie, they wouldn't introduce a new location, a new concept at the end. They do it somewhere in the middle or the beginning.
I think middle for sure.
Yeah.
Unless the film
This to me
starts and
looks
like
like
Rocket
Rocket's missing.
gets
We're on
captured
his
or something.
trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also Disney could just edit stuff out because they do that all the time. Their trailers are lies. Disney trailers, lies.
Oh, that's true.
They're all lies. Yeah.
Everything we're seeing could all be like, anything that's CG could be edited and changed. It's all bullshit.
So what's this about? Why
Is
are
that
they?
nowhere?
Yeah, that's Nowhere. That's Nebula holding Quill. And he's definitely knocked the fuck out. Also, there's Cosmo. Cosmo isn't in the trailer.
Yeah. This is 100%
Oh, and
the
there's
beginning of the movie.
There's the new oh gosh, what's his butt with the arrow?
Oh yeah.
Kraglin?
Kraglin, yeah.
This
Gun's
is
brother.
100%. This is the beginning. This is where they start from.
What? So why is Star-Lord
It's a
injured
goof.
then?
I'm telling you, it's a goof. It's like we got to go out there and save the day, and he's like passed out for some reason, or he got knocked out, and it's like being done as a goof
look
of
a little
like we got to take him to the
gambly.
ship.
Oh, he could be drunk. Like maybe he's too
Yeah,
drunk
like-
because he's missing Gamora or something. So it's a
He's
depression.
missing. Yeah,
thing.
like he's depressed because of Gamora, and they're like, "You got to get up, dude." And he's like, "No," and so they just take him. That seems like a Nebula thing to do. Is just grab him and take him. This is
Okay.
This is the start of the movie for sure.
Sure. That makes sense to me. The night after the holiday special. Oh, that they could start the movie that way. They get super drunk on Christmas, and then this is the next day. Although that's going to be weird to
Yeah.
release a Christmas thing in March. Like,
How do you think Gamora fits into the film?
I don't know. I
Good
think that's
question.
maybe like Peter's motivation is trying to like win her back or track her down. And maybe that's how they run into the High Evolutionary. And that feeds into Rocket's backstory of like, you're the person that experimented on me type deal. We should take him down. Maybe she gets captured by the High Evolutionary and gets experimented on. Where does Adam Warlock fit
this?
in though? That's where I want to know. Like, how does he's in the pod, right? At the end of 2?
Yeah. Adam Warlock is definitely going to be the like Nebula of this movie, where Nebula shows up chasing them, and Nebula like appears when they, like, we don't want you here right now, like that kind of shit.
Maybe.
That's what that's going to be for
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe.
My question is, at 103 in this trailer, who the hell is on this? Like, is the treadmill a person we should know, or is that just like what is going on?
I assume
here?
those are tests happening in the High Evolutionaries.
Yeah. Probably test subject.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out who that person is. Is that like a person we should know or care about, or is that just like?
I mean, it does kind of look like Magic a little bit if they were going to recast her from New Mutants, but that's only because she has, platinum silver hair and kind of the bangs. But I don't think that's Magic.
Yeah, I have no idea what this. I mean, like, I feel like it's clearly testing, right? But like, I don't know what that is. I will say this scene and the scene where Rocket is like, "I'm tired of running" or whatever he says. It looks like the floor is the same.
Where is that scene with Rocket?
Well, 56 seconds and whatever you were just on, but it looks like the floor is the
Oh,
same.
right here. Pete, I'm done running.
So I feel
yeah, it
like
does.
they're definitely there. Like, we're gonna tear this place down. So yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah. You think that's where the movie starts? They do a Guardians 2 opening where they're finding a giant space creature type deal?
I mean, the giant space creature from Guardians 2 is literally in this movie.
Right. He probably gets captured by the High Evolutionary or something like that.
Yo, what is go back? What is it when Peter's flying out the window? Who is that right there?
I think that's the High Evolutionary, is it not?
I guess.
Well, that looks like
Who's playing the
actually.
High Evolutionary?
Oh God, that's a difficult name to pronounce.
I mean, he's in the trailer.
I'm going to pronounce this terribly, but it's like Chuck Woody Awujis.
Sure. Okay.
Awuji?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
for
he's
mispronouncing your name.
he's literally in the trailer as the dude sitting there. Look, like every time a guy looks like an evil dude. No, that yeah. So this shot right
looks
here,
like the
there's
planet
2 of them.
from One, where Nova Corps is at, whatever that planet's called.
Nova Prime,
Nova Prime. Yeah, thank you. It looks like it got attacked or something.
maybe Xandar. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Xandar.
I don't know, man. Super interesting.
Maybe that's how we get Nova.
You think Nova shows up surprise in this?
dude.
That'd be crazy.
No,
don't
I
do
think,
so
I think
much.
they set it up because like Nova pulls from the power of all the Nova Corps
Yeah,
and kind of like takes like that's how he powers himself up. If
Right.
they all die, it would stand to reckon he would just be a superhero, right?
yeah. Or the planet gets attacked and they're like, "Fuck it, we need our last line of defense. Here's Nova," right? Like that could also
No.
be a situation. I think Nova could definitely be at the end of this though, and that could tease like the new Guardians with Adam Warlock at the helm and Peter's gone.
Yeah, it might be like a post credit scene.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
Go
likely.
like, will you go find that image of Adam Warlock?
Which one? Oh, the one that was towards the
There's
end.
one
right?
that's just a headshot of him.
Right there.
Yeah. Dude is just a Garlean. Are we just not gonna talk about this? This man is just straight up a Garlean.
You're totally.
We're not
It's a
gonna talk
gold
about
ass Garland. You're not wrong.
He's a gold ass Guardian. This
He's-
man's Xenos through and through.
Yeah,
Like, all right.
What
this
is
should
a
be fun.
Garlean?
it's Final Fantasy stuff. Final Fantasy 14
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just the Final Fantasy. They have like,
He is.
they
a
look
Garland.
exactly like this basically.
I like his suit though. He looks dope.
Yeah.
I wonder if he has a
I'm
cape.
curious what the like skull thing here is.
Yeah.
Looks like it even has like a scorch mark on it, which I'm very curious about. Like I you know,
bit.
it'd be fun. This is just like writing Jesse. It'd be fun to have a movie where Adam Warlock is the quintessential, like perfect, whatever the hell those gold people are called. Like they made like the perfect person.
Oh, Mantis is
then you have
alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have
Not a good play though.
characters that are dealing with a high evolutionary. Like, I love the concept of Adam Warlock being created to be perfect, but seeing the process of like trying to like make people perfect and like create this like perfect. I would love to see like the counterbalance there between the two is certainly interesting. And I can see how a character who's like Adam Warlock would be like, shit, this isn't right at all.
Yeah.
And that'd be super fun. That'd be interesting to look at, dive deeper into.
Chat's saying the background for that Adam shot was on Nowhere. So I wonder if maybe Adam attacks Nowhere on behalf of that
Sure.
entire kingdom that I'm forgetting the name of with gold people. Whatever the
Yeah, I can't remember them at all. I know that Aisha is the queen. I
Yeah.
know that because I always thought that was a weird ass name, but it is canonical. It's a real thing.
God, what is that? What are they called? Not Garleans, goddammit. The Golden Kingdom?
They're Garleans, bro.
I don't think that's correct. Is it? Maybe it is.
I have no idea.
Let's just go with Garleans. It's the Sovereign. That's what it is. The Sovereign. That's correct.
I
Thank
can't
you,
believe her
Il
girl's name is
Sombra.
Aisha.
We'll see. Looks good. You can see Adam Warlock has a cape at 128. I want to check that out. That's the most replayed is the Adam Warlock shot.
That's because everyone's like Adam Warlock's a hype character.
Oh, right here. This is the Adam Warlock.
If done correctly. Also, that's 100% Nowhere.
Yeah, that's what chat was saying. Oh yeah, he does have a cape right there. It's on like it's on his shoulder. It's like a tassel type deal.
Yeah.
He's beating someone's ass. There's his cape. Yep. I like his design. It looks cool.
Yeah, Adam Warlock's neat if done right. Other than that, he's kind of like,
Well, he's also like
whatever.
stupid strong, right? Like he's
yeah.
The power level has changed in the MCU, Jesse, when he enters.
I mean, I think that's probably a smart reason why not to include him to fight Thanos, even though like in the comics he's the dude who beats Thanos in the end.
Yeah.
But like he's too powerful. Like he is Superman level,
Yeah.
where he's just like, come on, no one can beat this guy. Why even include him?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I think that goes back to the idea of him being so perfect and seeing a dude who's like trying to create perfection. I love that idea of just like, maybe I'm not so perfect after all. Like that kind. I would love that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. It's good. I'm excited. I do think that's going to be a sad movie, though. I think it'll have, the funny bits that Gunn is known for, but I think overall
Sure.
it will be a sad film because he said as such. And anytime they talk about that film, they're all very emotional about it. Might be because it's the final film of the Guardians trilogy, but might also be because they're saying goodbye. We'll find out when that comes out. The other thing that I want to discuss before we watch the greatest show of all time in Inhumans, which will probably be a separate VOD. I think we'll chop this VOD, end it, and then do a Inhumans watch VOD. But Bronze, you were
Well, can I ask you a question?
What?
Just this might be more Bronze because I'm not sure how much you know Adam Warlock, but I know that you're like, out of all of us, the comic person.
Bronze is, yeah.
Yeah.
He has another version, right? He's like Kang.
Yes.
He has another version.
He has the
Yes.
like the dark
There's like
warlock.
evil future
Yeah.
Adam
There's
Warlock.
like
who's
the
a bad guy.
Bizarro version of him. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Magus.
that could be super cool because Adam Warlock's vibe is like he becomes a Guardian and he becomes like one of the most powerful people in the Marvel universe. So the idea of like if a Kang if he was like, oh, I brought a friend, bitch, and it was
It's
his
just
future,
Magus.
like that would be fire.
Have you
Like, that'd
played
be so cool.
Did you play the Guardians game, Jesse?
No.
You should. First of all, it's fantastic. And you should also play it because of lore reasons for Magus.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
You're
think
for it.
they're gonna go all the way back to like Strange Tales shit though?
With Adam Warlock?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean,
like, 'cause
they've
that's
already,
like- They're kind
They've
of doing it with Lila. Like that's like a little bit of a deep cut to like
It's James
but
Gunn.
I don't know. Listen, as you could tell from my backdrop, I love Doctor Strange. So I am no stranger to what is considered what would the word be for like those like 70s comics?
the
Silver Age?
the lexicon. Oh, you're saying like of what type of comics they were?
Yeah, like hoary hosts of Hogoth. We must keep the, like that type of
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
like because I like the
Campy
I don't know what that word maybe campy. But,
might be a word that it does kind of have like a negative connotation to it though.
because like
Yeah.
from what I remember, Adam Warlock has like 3 versions. It's kind of funny. It's like he has the one that embodies all his badness and the one that embodies all his goodness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then there's Adam Warlock.
But that's because he's so strong, right? That he can make a separate entity of himself or some shit that does personify
Something
all
like
of that.
that.
Yeah.
It was something about him getting the Infinity Gauntlet.
Well,
That's what I
yes.
remember.
I mean,
it
He does
from.
have an Infinity Stone in the
If
comics.
you read because I read all the Infinity series right before like that movie came out.
Mhm.
And like if I remember, and I'm sure YouTube comments will correct me if I God forbid I get something wrong. But I remember him like getting the Infinity Gauntlet and it was like and they like almost like exorcised his demons and there was like a
It's
good
because he like
version and
tries
a
to make
bad version.
he tries to purge himself of like all the evil doing
Yeah,
that, and
but
that's
the-
how
Well,
the
yeah, because
that's
like
how
the,
the
good
bad
the order of
versions-
operations
Yeah.
is like
But the good
Thanos
gets
gets
picked
it.
out too.
Yeah, like Thanos gets it, then Nebula gets it, then he gets it. Like that's the like back to back. And he sees Thanos and Nebula use it for evil, and so he's like, "I won't be corrupted by it," like that kind of shit. And so, I'm curious what they're gonna do because there's a lot of interesting. I would be excited if post Secret Wars they brought in characters like Magus and stuff who would be, because Magus has
Well,
like some weird stuff. Like he tries to make like, even though I know it's not connected, I think it'd be fascinating if they do a Secret Wars, they unite all the universes in one big universe, and then because isn't Magus' thing like a universal truth or some shit? I think that'd be interesting, of just having a character be obsessed with like, this isn't the reality. Like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't be here together. This is all a mistake. This, like this universe isn't like that. Would be fascinating to have a villain who's like, I just want to go back to the way it was.
I think post Secret Wars is like, I think they go X-Men. They do like Phoenix Saga. They do like that shit. I think
that's how they're doing everything. It's very smart. I'm telling you, it's very smart. Everyone's like, well, how are they going to fit this in and this in? If you combine every universe into one Secret Wars universe, then like you can fit everything in. Like, oh yeah, no, they were always there, just not in this reality, but now they're here.
Yeah,
and that works fine.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, that's a better option than doing House of M without the X-Men, because we saw how that went.
Yeah.
Kind of need that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is this damn thing called? The Universal Church of Truth.
That's from the game.
Oh, that's his like fake religion thing?
I think that's from the game,
Isn't he
right?
start a religion?
I
have no clue.
He doesn't.
But isn't it like his like fake religion thing? I've heard of it.
Yeah. I'm trying to. The problem is that the Marvel database, the stuff I'm looking at, has literally nothing on it. But I know Magus creates like a thing.
That's not. He's like, the Universal Church of Truth is only from the video game. They created that specifically for the game.
Is it true?
Yeah. Oh, chat's saying in the comics too. I thought that was only from the game.
No, it's definitely the comics. I don't know much about it though, clearly. But I'm like, stuff like that, seeing weird shit like that would be super fun if it just, I don't know.
Yeah, the only Adam Warlock stuff I've read is like the Infinity stuff and then like the Thanos Imperative and Annihilation.
Yeah.
So just the crossovers, really, if I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
The Universal Church of Truth was a religious empire composed of diverse alien species from across the universe. The central object of its worship was Adam Warlock's evil self, Magus. That's
so that's a little,
means, like, that's fun.
That's the comic version of things.
Yeah,
so
and Magus like works for Marvel.
Like this is again, this is a fantastic way to like take all that space shit and like that they've done and combine it into a cohesive story. It might make, all the things that we were like, well, I wish they would have told a Captain Marvel story a little bit better. I mean, like now there's extra stuff you can add to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, and there's things for Captain Marvel to do. Like
yeah,
because everyone's caught up to her in like power.
Yep.
Yeah.
The rest of the universe.
I was like super disappointed to find out that like Peter Quill is not Spartak.
Oh, the half. Yeah. It's just Quill.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess like we'll never kind of get that drama, I guess, of that other faction being there.
Yeah.
But then I actually didn't hate the way the Ego storyline shook out. But I was like, normally a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy tension in their comics comes from Peter Quill's dad and his sort of contention with Peter Quill. His name is Jason, which doesn't sound like a very spicy name, except I think it's J apostrophe. It's a very Jesse name. I think it's J apostrophe S-O-N.
Yeah.
The Lickinator.
Yeah, it's like some shit like
Jason
that.
Lickinator. Yeah.
It's Lickinator. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's a name Jesse would pick.
Yeah.
JP, I just want to say, during this kind of conversation, seeing a glowing Infinity Gauntlet behind you makes me so hype about that. Like, here's the thing.
What, you think Thanos is coming back with the Infinity Gauntlet?
No, not at all. But this is like, the problem with Marvel movies is that the possibilities are endless. Like the things they could do that would be hot fire, make everyone lose their mind, is so limitless, but it's very clear that they like sometimes don't get the story correct. And you're just like, okay, well, let's see where they take this. I wish they would do this instead, but like, all right, I'm here for it. Like, we'll see. But I'm reminded constantly that in the end, sometimes it pays off. Like I really enjoyed Infinity War. I thought that was amazing.
I hope it's the slow burn for a lot of this stuff and not just Yeah, the fizzling out fart. Time too. So
Yeah.
the other thing I want to talk about before we break the VOD in half for Inhumans, Bronze, you'll have you can be the questionnaire here because you obviously were at a con, didn't have time to play it, but me and Jesse played some of that Marvel Midnight Suns. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Super
I
fun.
noticed that Jesse had a very. I'll interview both of you. Jesse, you had a very interesting photo you tweeted out.
Oh, what was this?
Does that mean you can customize the character you're playing?
Oh yeah,
Yes, the hunter is so the way the game starts
In
is like a
stupid
tutorial.
ways,
You
too.
meet some of the characters, and then you immediately jump into making it your hunter. And you can be you can be either I don't know who the actor is. Matt Mercer's the
it's
guy.
Matt Mercer or the actress that she plays a character in the new Star Wars game or the Star Wars game, most recent one.
But you can be one of the two, and then you can design your character and be whatever. And I decided to make mine the biggest. I picked the biggest hair you could pick.
I feel like
And then
everyone's
put a
doing that.
bandana on and just like went all out. And the way the game works is super interesting because it's not only just like an XCOM-y thing with card game, but also on the island in this like alternate dimension, Salem, Massachusetts, there's an island you
pocket
can like
dimension.
explore.
Yeah.
And you can learn spells and like knock down walls and like find secret areas. I was like doing side quests and like getting secret lore and shit, and it was great. But in between that, you also can like talk to the different characters and like become friends with them. And
It's very much
do,
Fire
like
Emblem.
there's like little dates and shit you can go on. You can get different outfits. You can change all of you can glam up all your characters. But the thing I learned, and I did not know this going in, is there's also kind of like a Star Wars light dark system.
Yep.
And I heard from the internet that JP went full dark. So I
I'm
went
full dark.
light.
Oh, you did?
I went full light. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like you're missing out because Jesse Cox, the dialogue options for full dark are some of the most rewarding bullshit I actually can't sell how absurd this game is from like an IP standpoint. Because like they've made Blade a fucking simp for Captain Marvel.
It is all right. So
like he
no,
does
JP.
he does things purely to simp for Captain Marvel and
JP,
says as such.
This is so once I figured that out, I made my character's goal to steal Captain Marvel away from him and cockblock him. I was like,
well, you can't.
The entire time I'm like,
here's the thing, though. You cannot romance any characters in this game, but
Well,
other characters can romance other characters. Apparently,
dude, there is a scene at the bar where you and Captain Marvel are sitting there talking, and she asks you about Blade, and my character, because I'm like pure, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so into the.
I've done every dark
like,
decision you can.
Like
I'm -1 to the max.
My character is literally dropping hints that like Blade definitely, because she's like, yeah, everyone keeps asking me if I want to like take them flying, and my guy's like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to go flying with you, and he says something almost as much as Blade would, and she's like, what? And he's like, oh, nothing. Like I'm just like shit talking Blade.
It's fucking bizarre, dude. It's so strange.
It's so much fun.
The worst thing that I've done in terms of the 20, 30 hours, it's like a 70-hour game, by the way. It's a very long game. And it's probably because like half of that is, Mass Effect dialogue type stuff, and half of it is the actual combat stuff.
Yeah.
But the worst thing that I've done, slightly spoilery in the sense of if you choose the negative option for said conversation, there's a book club that is formed. Jesse, I don't think you've gotten to the book club. No, this is a book club. You read
emo
books.
Kids?
Emo
Shout
kids.
out to emo kids. They're my favorite.
Emo kids is something completely different. Blade forms a book club, which is just a stupid statement to begin with. Okay.
I love that.
Blade forms a book club and invites Captain Marvel to the book club because he wants to hit on Captain Marvel.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Captain America overhears the conversation and goes, I would love to read books. Let me join this club. And goes in as like the third wheel who doesn't understand what's happening. So after the second meeting, Captain America's there and he has a dialogue prompt. So you go over to talk to him and he goes, man, I think it's really awesome that Blade invited me to the book club. Do you think he's doing it because he wants to like be my friend and hang out a lot more? And the two options are 1, the light option, which is like, yeah, totally. Or 2, the dark option, which is no. Blade started the book club to hang out with Captain Marvel, not you. And so you say that verbatim to Captain America, and he's like, oh, well, I mean, okay. Well, I'm glad you're in it, at least. You just like
Dude.
shut him down, and it's so sad and depressing.
So much secondhand
the light
social
option-
embarrassment. I don't know if I'll
Dude,
survive it.
It's so fucked up, man.
The light option's great because everything you say with like such pure, because like, so backstory is you're a character who's been asleep for 300 or dead, whatever, for 300 years.
Yeah.
And so you don't know anything except when you were dreaming, you were sort of filled in on concepts. So like, you know what a car is, but you don't know how to drive a car, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
your character is like up on stuff, but not really. So when people talk to you and you go pure light, like there's also like a middle of the road thing you can kind of
Yeah,
do. But if you go pure light, because I heard JP was going pure dark, so like, fuck it, I'm going pure. So if you go pure light side, everything you say is done with such sincerity, but everyone's like, you're an idiot. It is like, what do you? But the thing is, everyone likes me except for Magic. Magic, every time I talk to Magic, it's like negative points.
Oh, dude,
no matter
Magic
what
and
I
me
say,
are
I'm
best
like,
friends. Magic, me, and Nico are just like, we're
Magic
number one
is-
pals, dude.
Nico loves me.
Hey.
Nico loves me. Magic is like, shut up.
Okay.
Don't talk to me.
So I have
Everything you
another
say
question
sucks.
besides
Like, oh.
your waifu chronicles.
Oh, it's so fun.
How
That's most of the game.
does
Let's not pretend
the-
that's most of the game.
It's 50% of it for sure.
Well, as an XCOM/Warhammer nerd,
Yeah.
how does
Yeah.
the card game play into the gameplay loop of
Great.
turn-based strategy?
Yeah.
Like how do
There
the
is no
cards work?
percentage.
Don't mind
So
me
like,
asking.
you're not going to do like a 97% attempt at it. Like it is, you either hit them and you do damage. Like the cards.
And you play
so
cards to do that?
Yeah, you played.
Yeah. So the way it works is
they're
like you
essentially
get.
just abilities. They should have. I feel like they should have never added the cards because it added so much hesitation because people see like cards and like, oh, it's a card game. It's like, no, they're just abilities on a card. Right?
There's
Like,
so you
it's
get
a
the-
card
you have the
game in that
abilities
sense.
on the- yeah, there's like
Yeah.
one downside to it, which is you have 3 characters in the battle, and
Mhm.
the cards you draw sometimes can be for just one character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can redraw cards. You get a certain number of redraws and a certain number of moves and a certain number of like times you can use your cards. I think it's 3 total cards,
Mhm.
unless you like improve an ability or whatever. But once you do all that, you then also, when you play cards, there's a little thing in the corner that's like your heroism.
Yeah.
And they can do like 1, 2, I think I saw one that did 3, but you have a little meter on the side, and that heroism, as it increases, it allows you to do things on the map. And so a great example is there's a lot of like destructibles and pick-upables and stuff on the map. And so you don't need a card to use those if you have heroism. So for example, one of my favorite things in the world is most of my gameplay foot. I know there's ways to do this, but I didn't care. Most of what I did was trying to use the world to kill guys.
Yeah.
And so you can like knock over lampposts and kill guys. You can kick a box at guys.
Mhm.
You can
Mhm.
if you line up you have one whip ability as the hunter where you can grab a guy and then fling them. And what happens is it'll show you on the map sort of like what the angles are, and you can straight up pool that thing where if you angle it at a guy, it'll hit that guy, then that guy will bounce a different direction, hit another guy. And so you can like take out like 5 guys at once with one really good hit. And so there's all sorts of fun little mechanics in there that
That's cool.
honestly-
It kind of reminds me of Warhammer Chaos Gate had some of that stuff where you could
Yeah.
like drop pillars on people and line them up. Do you get
But the
to
enemy
pick
can do the
just where
same
you
to you.
take in?
Yes,
What
you
now?
can take whoever you want.
Oh.
You don't
Okay,
even
so
have
you
to
just
play the
choose
main
your
character.
kill team.
Yeah.
There's some missions where the main
Okay.
character of the mission isn't the hunter.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. So you can see like you can try to knock a person or hit him off a thing. And then and then you just knock him into this guy
Captain
and then he
Marvel's
flies over and like
broken, by the way. I mean,
you
most
can- you
characters
can-
are broken, but like Captain Marvel's insane.
oh, this is when she goes binary. Like there's a lot
Dude,
of
her
really cool
binary is
stuff.
insane.
So busted. Yeah.
Mm.
There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with the world and like change up how you interact with stuff, but at the same time, enemies can do the same to you. So there's some missions where a guy will take your ass and like I think
Stun them.
I don't
that
want to
type of
spoil
stuff.
which character it was, but a certain character you get later on, literally I watched a villain grab him and chuck him into an electric grid and he was like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I
he
was
gets
like,
stunned.
my boy. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. Yeah, this
This
And
is
how
super
many
up.
is
difficulty
fun.
levels scale? Have you played on different difficulties?
So the game actually scales the difficulty with you, if that makes sense. You can play it
Right.
normal, which is the hardest difficulty you can set at the beginning of the game. And then as you, each mission, you get like a rating. So it's like 1 to 3. I think 3 is the max stars you can get. And after you accumulate a certain number of stars, then it unlocks the like next difficulty, and you just choose that difficulty.
Ah.
And so I'm on 1 before
Whoa.
ultimate, which is like rank 4 or 5. It's pretty hard. Like the game doesn't fuck around. If you aren't doing everything that you can do every mission, then like you're gonna get fucked.
I'm
You see my
so
beautiful hair?
that fucking character. That fucking
Wait.
character.
That's
That's-
before I figured out that I could get dope ass sunglasses and
Oh
a
yeah,
red
I've got
bandana.
sunglasses. Yeah.
By the end, I look like a stone cold killer. I look amazing. But like this mission, for example,
You look like
the one
you're
that-
in a shampoo commercial.
I have the same
Yeah.
hair, but I'm playing a female character and got shades and a different suit.
Oh man, I'm a bad. But like, so this mission right here, the one that JP, see how it shows this box. You have to recover this artifact. Like that's the objective of the mission. And so they stick a guy in front of it who's like got a shield and he's like super hard to kill. And then they have all these other guys. The objective is to get there, but you can see like there's a hanging boxes. That's something you can knock down. There's barrels that explode and like ammo crates you can pick up and throw.
Yeah.
And you start over there with I have 0 heroism. So I can't use anything yet. And then you can see here, I've got 1 ability for Captain Marvel, but everything else that I can use at the moment is for Blade. And so sometimes that holds you back. You're
But
like,
you can also redraw those.
yeah, but you only have 2 redraws and
Yeah.
1 move per turn.
And there are a ton of things that will affect what you go into the fight. So like you can do like you can train with someone in the Abbey as like a non-combat option, bronze. And then when they finish their
Oh,
training,
I just redrew one if that, yeah.
yeah, and when they finish their training, the thing that they can get randomly is very varied, to reuse that word. Like you can go into the next fight with 6 move a turn instead of 1 move a turn, which is a big
Right.
deal. Jesse, I don't know if you've unlocked it yet, but it's really silly that they didn't include this initially. It might have just been because they didn't want to overload or overwhelm the player. But eventually you can start moving, and when you move, you can shove. And shove doesn't use any cards. It just uses your move. And so you can shove a guy into a wall. And some of the guys are just one shots. And so they only need like 1 action to get killed. Or you can shove a guy into a stun, or you can shove a guy into like an explodey thing. And it's very, 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 very strong. Like it becomes paramount to use that stuff.
Well, I mean, that's like later on, that's the balance is you're using your cards to get heroism. See,
Yeah.
this is early on where I didn't quite understand what
it,
to do
yeah.
exactly.
I didn't either.
But-
yeah.
Yeah, but like eventually you realize, oh, you're using the cards to build heroism, then you're using your heroism to like actually do some cool shit.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, very, very fun. So
I think it's
Yeah,
a fun game. It's the
it's
dialogue,
very-
like if you are not a Marvel fan or do not enjoy Marvel characters, the dialogue is gonna be a little bit cringy and overwhelming.
the
for you.
dialogue's chunky because I think there's a lot of so like the way the game starts is insane to me. Like eventually it becomes very like the story's very, very good, but the first like 2 hours is literally we're gonna introduce a ton of different characters,
Yeah.
very little like backstory of what's going on, and we're just gonna like plow ahead with the story. And then eventually they start to get to it, but that first 2 hours they're just lore dumping.
Yeah.
Every conversation you have is like 5 minutes of a character telling you lore in a way that no human would ever talk. It's like, okay. And I can understand how that would be annoying to some people because it doesn't feel natural. But that eventually changes because then you're like in the moment of the game and you're like, things are happening. But that beginning is real, just like,
It's
we
dumb.
got a lot to tell you.
You do
You're
like,
okay.
you do like 3 or 4 fights, like back to back to back to back, and then it's just like 2 hours of lore dump with Iron Man and Doctor Strange at kind of the helm.
Mhm. But
Sorry, my
but you
kitty's
also
bullying me.
No, you're good.
well, that's because you have a delicious sandwich.
True.
But like also
I'm listening. I gave him some of it, and he wants more.
there's your
That's why he's
problem.
punching
There's
Yeah.
your
You
mistake.
give them an inch, they want a mile, you know?
But like you can go back to your room and you can like change the way your room looks and upgrade your room. You can change outfits. You have your little pupper dog, Charlie. You can, of course, the first thing I did was give Charlie a better bed. That's
Yep.
the first thing I bought in this game.
You can also pet the
Charlie's
dog,
good, but-
which you should pet the dog every day. There's
Yeah, because
beneficial
little hearts
things
pop
to do.
up. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Very beneficial.
there's a lot that I want to say, but it's obviously like spoils. But there's the amount of
There's deep cuts in this game.
Secrets.
Yeah.
The amount of secrets in the base.
Tons.
I stumbled upon so many. Like, I found a statue that unlocked another statue and I was just like, this is me now. I should be playing my XCOM game, and instead I'm running around this base with my tight ass pants.
Man, that gets so
JP,
much
can you
more
forward this?
crazy. By the way, what you want me to do? What
You know, I gotta be
forward-
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be the hoe that.
Yeah, there's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's Doctor Strange.
I'm
doing
gonna be the
Well,
hoe
you
that's
like
playing the XCOM game, and I'm gonna miss out on so many secrets because I love XCOM. So I feel like I'm gonna be
you're
like,
gonna be like
mission.
I have to
need the mission.
Yeah, there's Jesse with the headband.
There's my boy in
With cool
his
shades.
day-to-day outfit.
Are you trying to hit on my husband here?
So
Let
that-
me just tell you, every time I got extra love
You
points,
hit on everyone?
whatever the heart is,
It's
with
so
Doctor Strange,
weird.
you'd be like, Bron's gonna be so mad. I'm stealing her man. Every time.
I am mad. Look at you. You look ridiculous.
The game
This
is
guy is
honestly bizarre in that way because, like, you actually just hit on everyone, but there's
Everyone.
no romantic. It's all like platonic. It's all just like very nice
Why?
conversation. There's no actual romance in the
Oh,
game.
My character and
You
Nico
should
hit
be
on each
able
other
to
all the
fuck
time.
Magic if you want to, JP. That's all I'm saying.
What? What did
I
you say?
said you should be able to fuck Magic if you want to, JP. That's
No,
all
I'm just saying and it's because it's 100% because Marvel was like, we ain't want no fucking. Like, don't fuck in our
Yeah.
game. But 2K
but
was like,
literally
but
what
we
goes
could
on-
just be really nice.
Honest to God, like Nico's just like, hey, thanks for helping me out. I bought a new bathing suit. Why don't you meet me down by the pool and we
Yeah.
can hang out down there? I'm like,
Yeah.
if this was
Yeah,
any
yeah.
other game, they would be banging. But instead, you go
100%.
down there and you're like, this was fun. All right, see you later.
Dude,
The thing
there's
that I
a
think
there's
they-
a thing with Magic,
Told
and
you
she's
she
like,
bought a new bathing suit.
Magic's like, hey,
they
I'm gonna
have
go.
bathing suits.
I'm gonna go to Limbo. Do you want to come with me and hang out and listen to music? And then you go to Limbo with Magic and listen to music in a house with just you and
Yeah.
Limbo, or you and Magic.
There's-
It's
But
like
you don't make
You
out.
can.
no, there's no
No.
romance options.
you-
You just listen to the music.
What's even
You-
crazier is
in
there
my
are
mind,
you
you
can run
make
around the
out.
island.
Yeah.
You can run around the island and find locations that are literally like this would be the perfect spot for a date.
hangout
I
spots.
swear to
they're
God,
they're straight up called
Like,
hangout spots. Yeah.
the like date locations. Like you can only use it one time with one character, so be sure to pick the character you want to take there for that date.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I guess we're better friends
Wait,
now.
so
It's like
which
no.
character Are you... Okay,
Look
so
at my
JP,
tight
are
ass
you
pants.
dating?
I'm
Are you
not
dating
anyone.
Magic?
My highest friendship level with 5
Right,
being the
right,
cap.
right. Friendship.
Yeah,
level.
my highest friendship level right now, I think, is Magic, but Blade might be close as well. Blade is
Okay.
honest.
My highest-
I feel like I have two things about the developers. One, I feel like they love Magic. They think Magic is the greatest character in MCU because of how they treat her. And I think they fucking hate Blade because they do Blade dirty in so many ways.
Blade is fun in this one. I
Oh,
love
he's
how-
fun, but it's just like, yeah, Blade's a simp. Yeah, Blade
Oh yeah,
just
and you can
is.
run around and collect.
They just
recipes
shit on
and
Blade
artwork and
nonstop.
shit. This is like I discovered a new area here, and I'm running around trying to like unlock stuff.
Yeah,
and,
there's
like, finding-
crafting. You get a cauldron.
There's so
Agatha's
much
in the
stuff to
game.
do in this.
Wait, but Jesse, who are you dating? Sorry. Who are you friendship
Yeah,
leveling?
who are your friendship level?
My friendship level, like I said at the beginning, in order to cockblock Blade, I have gone full in on Captain Marvel.
Nice.
My second one
Captain
is
Marvel's great too, from a character like fighting.
Yeah, Captain
wise.
Marvel, and then my second one is oh my god, my brain just died.
Spider-Man.
I think maybe Tony, maybe Robbie Reyes.
Oh, okay.
One of those two are second.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I haven't like I got to the point where I'm about to bring on a new person, but I don't want to spoil who that person is.
Cool.
There's a lot of like, at a certain point, suddenly all the Marvel heroes start showing up. And
Dude,
it's also
there's so many
shout out to
deep
them
cuts.
for having the audacity. The third, maybe fourth mission, they drop major Marvel characters on you.
There's a ton, dude. They drop every like they make references to Skrulls, the Beyonder, Uatu, like
And I mean, like,
Cloak and Dagger.
show up in a mission and you fight a major Marvel
Oh
character
yeah.
in like mission 3, and it's awesome. I
They
was like,
constantly
"Whoa,
shit
this
on
is
Wonder
ballsy."
Man. Like Iron Man is just out there making just the most ridiculous comments about how awful Wonder Man is nonstop.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
hilarious.
I love that
so much
that,
shit like
they're
that is
bo-
awesome.
What's great to me is the fact that there's a point in this where they're right here. Here's a
Yeah, that's the hangout
this is
spot.
the earthy meadow. This is a hangout
Havens.
spot.
Sorry, that's what they're called. Havens.
You can bring a date there, and then they like love you more. And then
have you done one of those yet, Jesse? Because
Yeah.
you can only do them once. Like they're
Right.
only usable once. What someone said to save it for the advancement from 4 to 5 because it speeds that up faster from like a power
I did it
gaming
just to
level.
test, and I was like, "Yo, Captain Marvel, do you want to come with me?" And then I immediately went back and was like, "Hey, Blade, Captain Marvel," and I went, I'm a giant piece of shit. Blade shouldn't have said that to me. Blade, literally, there's a scene where you and Blade are talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I think Captain Marvel's really cool," and you're like, "Uh-huh," and he's like, "I mean, not like that. Like, I wouldn't."
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Uh-huh." It's hilarious, and I'm just like, this dude.
It's a weird game from that regard. It
Yeah.
is purely like a high school dating game.
Some
with,
motherfucker's always trying to skate uphill, Jesse.
oh, Jesse, have you fought much with Blade?
Blade's awesome. Blade's one of my favorite characters in the game.
So when you're fighting with Blade and you're using another character like the Hunter, there was a voice line where after I killed a guy, the Hunter goes, "Your mother." And then Blade goes, "That's my line." Like they're very clued into the fucking bullshit references.
The vast majority of every battle I've ever fought has been myself, Blade, and then some character who has no business being with myself or Blade. So it's always
Yeah.
like myself, Blade, Captain Marvel, myself, Blade, and like another magic wielder who like has ungodly powers.
Yeah.
And it's just like two dudes with a sword and then like some caster. And every time it works great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My mods just reminded me. The other line that the Hunter says when you're fighting with Blade is you kill a dude or you attack a dude, and the main character goes, "Blade tells me your mother is promiscuous."
Dude.
Because they didn't want to be like, "Blade says your mom's a hoe" or something like that.
What's crazy is
It's so
that might be also
ridiculous,
because
man.
your character is going bad.
Maybe
dark side?
Oh, I don't know
My
if the
cha-
voice changes on that. That would be interesting.
My character, every time he says anything, it's like super, like imagine the most goody two shoes, like even more so than
Weird.
Captain America guy.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's so, and what I love about it is you also get abilities, Bronze, based on whether you're light side or dark side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I was given an option to get a dark side ability, and it was like if you're going more dark, it does more damage. I'm like, nah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently you can take cards. If you get like two of the same card, you can combine them and
For power
upgrade
up.
the overall card.
Yeah. And that's
So
very
there's like a
useful.
lot of like there's a lot of neat things in this.
And the other thing, which you haven't gotten yet, Jesse, is later on, cards just start getting random things applied to them it's just like a random chance to be a better card. So I just got like an AoE ability that everyone that gets hit by an AoE, which is like a massive AoE for magic, it applies weak, which then makes everyone do 50% less damage. So automatically, that's like the best ability that I have so far in the game. It's insane for how big the AoE is.
I'm not saying that I spent all of my time getting cards that involved knockback, but all I do is use
The
the
knockback?
background
It's very
of
strong.
the world to kill people now.
It's very strong.
It looks so neat. It
Yeah.
looks so. This is me being totally
Well,
lost
you
on
know,
this damn map.
After being gone for so long and being excited to stream today, I was gonna play Dark Tide, but I think y'all sealed the deal, and I'm gonna try to
It's
play
absurd.
some Midnight Suns.
It's a very strange game in a lot
I think
of
I'm gonna go with a
ways.
really different team than y'all, though. I think I'm gonna do like Wolverine, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange
I do
is
not see myself
strong.
playing the Hunter. I don't see myself playing the Hunter.
You
I'm like
have-
one of those people where I'm
I mean,
like,
you
I
have
don't want
to.
to see myself.
You have to
insert
on some missions,
character,
I
You
think.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah, for
But
the
it's
main
just
missions,
so
you have
weird
to have the
have
hunter.
like a self insert. Like I don't know. I'm weird. I don't want to. I don't
mean,
write
she's,
myself in my fanfic.
They're
you know?
crucial to
I, like,
the
wanna-
crucial to the story in that regard.
Yeah, yeah.
They're the
For me,
main
it's just like
through line, but yeah.
maybe if I make them dorky looking like Jesse, like if they look nothing like me, maybe it'll be less.
Yeah, you just gotta like have fun, make your
Awesome, man.
character like ridiculous. And this
With
right
the
here.
painted on jeans. What is going
Yeah,
on
man.
with that situation?
Oh,
Those
I
jeans are
picked-
crazy.
I picked the tightest jeans I could possibly
let
find.
Me
I picked
pull up the
my
VOD.
character ridiculous.
I'll show you the difference in characters because my character, what does the shirt say? Oh, my shirt on my character, which is a legendary shirt that I've randomly found in the game, says, "Your mother is a witch." Or no. I'm sorry. It says, "I'll make you my witch." That's what it says. And it just in text says, "I'll make you my witch," which is real weird.
I don't have any of that. I do have ridiculous outfits for my team though, which strangely enough are all bathing suit related.
Yeah, I've got a lot of bathing
Stark
suits.
is currently
as well.
wearing like
Knowing
tightest
you, that's not surprising.
It's
Tony
weird
Stark is wearing like tight short shorts.
Jesse, if you had a character
I
pop
expect
up in the Abbey wearing a swimsuit in a normal cutscene, not like in a pool, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
Okay, because last night I was playing and it was like a pretty, dramatic scene in the bar, and it showed everyone and people are like wearing, normal clothes. And then there's Cap in a fucking Speedo with just his ass hanging out.
Everyone's
He's standing there like
funny
this.
thing is they give you the option to have like longboard shorts, and I was like, nah. Everyone on my team is in the tightest
Banana hammock.
swim trunks imaginable.
Yeah.
And then everyone is just like when I go to the pool scene, what's crazy is that I keep unlocking stuff for Nico. I barely use Nico. That sucks, dude.
It's great. It's great.
That's like some mom bought that from Target during Halloween.
Yeah.
That's really silly.
I keep getting Nico shit, and I'm like,
Nico's
but I will
strong.
say, oh my god, do you have the you got the horns, huh?
I put the horns on. I'm not wearing them right now in the playthrough, but I did have the horns for a little while.
Nico has a skin that is the coolest
witch
thing in the game.
The witch is awesome.
The
That's
witch
what she
skin?
wears. Yeah.
Holy shit, that skin is amazing looking.
Yeah.
That thing looks like from a horror game or some shit.
It's spooky. Yeah. Let's see if I have. This might be. I don't know what I just clicked on. Am I using witch?
No,
that's
that looks
Magic
like,
and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, Bronze. You'll like this as an XCOM fan. If I can find the right scene. Remember in XCOM 2 where after fights they allow you to make propaganda posters?
Yeah. I think I remember that.
And this you make comic book covers.
That's right. After every battle, there's a comic book cover with your characters in it. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of like that. That. That's kind of cute.
I've done some masterful comic book covers. You can see here. I do the
That's so good.
I do the zoom in on the faces or up the nose.
Yeah.
Urban combat.
Yeah. They're really silly.
Urban combat.
Also,
Sounds
you
ridiculous.
can't. Another thing, which I love finding the like Marvel IP do's and don'ts throughout this game because there's a lot. In the comic book editor, all of the text is set. You can't type anything yourself. It's all pre-approved, like snippets on everything because they don't want you using their IP on anything that has like fuck or something like that.
Oh damn, you got horns.
Yeah, I put the horns on. I turned them off later on, but.
My yeah, this is fine. But have you ever slow walked towards a portal with your hair flowing in the wind?
I did
your
8
shades
months.
on?
I did the big hair before it was cool, Jesse. I used that 8 months ago. My
I did it after it
initial
was cool.
playthrough. Yeah.
I waited until it was no longer cool to specifically do it.
Here's me and Magic just hanging out. Just fucking
Magic,
bizarre game, man.
Magic's too sassy. Magic's just like, what are you doing in this room, Magic? Oh, this is Wanda's room, and I'm just in here reading her old books because she's not here to stop me. And you're like, damn, girl, okay.
Yeah. Magic and
Calm
Nico are
down.
definitely the like rebellious, asshole-ish type characters.
Holy shit. Bronze, you'll love this. Nico, Magic, and Doctor Strange form a group called Emo Kids, and it's like an acronym for some
That's from the
long-ass,
comics,
like, thing.
apparently.
Yeah, they form Emo Kids,
That makes
and when you
sense.
go there, Nico's like, okay, so this is what we're gonna try and do. We're gonna try and help you remember your past. And I don't know how I can explain it, but 100% you can either go to Magic or Doctor Strange to explain what we're about to do. And she's like, if you want the short version, go to Magic. And I was like, no, I want the Doctor Strange version. he drones on for like 10 minutes about what you're supposed to. It's hilarious. And then when you go to Magic, she's like, you wanted the long version. It's amazing.
Oh.
It's so funny.
There's a lot of fun. The writing is.
I'm here for that though. That means it spent time.
The way that I can describe the writing, Bronze, is that like if you are a Marvel fan, you will enjoy the silliness of it because it's like it's referential and it's how those characters would probably respond. If you don't have that the like reverence for the characters and you're just like, oh, Captain Marvel's cool, or oh, you know, Captain America's cool, blah blah blah. Some of the writing is gonna come off real fucked up and bad, like just extra campy and like super cringy. But because I think, you know, how they're handling Blade in this game is that he's a fucking simp, and you know that's what they're going with. I think the writing's fucking hilarious and it's on point the entire time. I haven't done or heard or seen anything so far where I'm just like, that's bad. It always comes across of like, the reason they did that is because they are trying to do this or trying to write the character this way. If you don't have that reference though, I can see why it comes across as like super cringy because it is.
But they also do things like you'll be talking to a character and they'll be like, yeah, I don't like going out in the like a great example, Tony Stark hates being here. He's like, every time I'm here, I have to like douse myself in holy water. This place is the worst. Like he hates the idea of being surrounded by magic. And he frequently will be like, I was out in the yard and this damn black cat appeared out of nowhere, scared the hell out of me, and then disappeared. And you're like, oh, Agatha reference. And that shit, like, that's fun. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's neat.
Yeah. There's also a social media thing, Bronze, in the game.
Yeah, they can DM you.
And they can like DM you to hang out and shit like that. It's really strange. Blade also uses hashtag BladeFacts and hashtag hashtag so Blade Cares. Hashtag Blade Cares is one that pops up a lot for me. It's really, and they'll have like threads on social media where the characters are interacting and like it has no benefit except to just exist, and it's usually just bullshit, but they're pretty fun to read. Like Peter Parker will go back and forth with someone and he'll play like the dumb kid. It's great. It's really fun.
There's some genius stuff here as well with casting, because most of the characters, if you're like, oh, Peter Parker, I remember Peter Parker from Marvel's Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure that's the same voice.
It is the same character, or same voice.
Like Wolverine is literally, as always, Steve Blum. Like they just keep. It's like, oh, even though this isn't the like MCU verse, it is the game universe. Like there's characters from the games, their voices are in this. You're like, that's like, I love the continuity there. Yeah. Unnecessary. Glad they did it.
Yep.
Huge fan of that.
Nico's the same actor that was in Runaways.
That played Nico in Runaways.
Yeah, same character. So there's some like thoroughness in that regard. And the other thing is that
unneeded. Love it.
You can definitely tell that at least when I went out and saw the game in person a couple months back, Jake Solomon, who's the game director, he talked about nonstop when we were there, like how he is a massive Marvel fan and like the Midnight Suns was his favorite run of comics. And it was kind of like, this is just lip service. Yeah, well, sure, whatever, Jake, whatever you're saying. Playing the game, I 100% believe he's just a fucking massive nerd. And like he had a hand in writing the majority of the dialogue.
But you can tell the writing is done by a big fan.
Yes.
But that's why I think the beginning of the game is like a lot. Because when you first arrive, they have to dump so much backstory onto you, and it can be a little overwhelming. And then that stops because you're like in the story and it. But that first like 2 hours is a lot of like, we have a lot to talk about. You're like, okay, all right.
So, here's me and Blade hanging out
with Blade at the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a 2-piece. Look at you, mister.
Dude, right now I have a legendary. It's literally called the Legendary One Piece. And so I just made anime reference the entire time.
That's I got a One Piece
it's
for
pink.
Nico.
It's yellow and
did
pink.
Nico find the One Piece? And everyone in chat was like, oh. Yeah.
Mine is yellow and pink. It's really ridiculous.
Very nice.
It's
I have literally the tightest, smallest. When I go to the pool, it's like, ladies, what's going on? My sunglasses, my hair flowing. It's ridiculous looking. Ridiculous.
Yeah. It's absurd. It's a very strange game. I'm excited that that's where we're at with Marvel games. That Disney and Marvel is like trusting game developers to make something like this, because it's very different from the mass of Marvel games that exist.
But they
in
don't
terms of the
trust them
writing.
enough to have me go off and smooch
No, you can't
Captain
date.
Marvel.
They don't trust you to
then
date
piss
people.
off Blade. Like apparently they don't trust him enough for that.
Yeah. That is strange.
They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have in the first like 3 hours of the game been like, Blade's really in to Captain Marvel, because I was like, not today, Blade.
Actually, the more I think about it, you know why I think they also might not have done it? In
dating
games
stuff, you
like
mean?
Mass Effect, yeah. In games like Mass Effect where you can romance NPCs and Dragon Age and stuff, there always like crops up like controversy regarding whether characters are straight or gay,
Yeah.
whether they can be modded to be straight or gay and all that type of thing.
This game
And with
can
these
be modded.
established characters, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
with
no, I'm
these
here for the
established
mods.
characters, I'm sure like they wouldn't like I wouldn't care, but I'm sure Disney or Marvel would be like, do not mod Doctor Strange to be gay. Do not. And I'm like, we don't know.
Well, I mean, it's
maybe
what,
he is.
This is like their
You know,
own
so
universe, so maybe he is.
I bet you that's part of it. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you that's part of it is like,
Probably.
because I know that there's a lot of conversation surrounding that in BioWare games about whether or not, it's okay to mod a character's sexuality and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And there's always
Also-
conversation about like lack of options for gay people, So,
I was just gonna say options is huge.
yeah.
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 And most of
That's one
these
of the- like,
characters
one of
are
the things
straight too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the things that I think was really like Cyberpunk, I think is a perfect example of that, where like depending on which version of the main character you chose, your like love options were limited in different places, and people were like, "Don't do that! Don't do that to me! I wanted to date that character, but that character doesn't want to date me." And they were like, "Well, that's real life," and it's like, "Yeah, but it's a video game. Let me have this. Let me do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be reminded of real life. I'm going to smooch all of these people. Stop it."
There's already a massive amount of mods out there.
Oh yeah,
My
perverts be perverting.
people in my chat yesterday were like, "Bro, I grabbed the nude mod for blah blah blah." And it's like, dude, I don't fucking stop.
I don't know that that's necessary, but like
what
to each
is-
their own.
why-
Whatever.
why- of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the internet. Why doesn't that exist? Of course, that's going to exist. But
you
yeah,
want to see titty and box flapping around while they're trying to kill demons?
I guess
I
so.
don't want to see that.
I guess so.
I don't want to see that.
Look, if they're gonna do that, then I need the new mod for Venom as well. You can't do one and not the other. You can't do
true.
one, not the other.
It's true. Did you?
And if you're saying, Jesse, why the new mod for Venom? Because I would love to see what the hell that looked like.
Did you
I
put
don't even know what that looked
the
like. I'd love to see it.
Jesse? Did you put the symbiote suit on Spider-Man for cosmetic? There's
No.
a symbiote suit that you can get cosmetic, and then there's a color option for it to be the white symbiote suit.
Ooh,
It
I
is-
like that one.
It's cool looking, but then when you do close-up shots, it's not cool looking. It's
Sure.
it's like veiny and like yeah. I
Speaking
wasn't a
of Spider-Man, absolutely love
I wasn't a
when the
fan.
Daily Bugle pops up in your Twitter feed or whatever it is in the game.
fan. Yeah,
It's
it's good. The writing's fun. It's very referential to like the greater comic book world, and they pull
and Bronze. I think you'll love the
from
fact
all
that
that.
Tony is the one who set up the Twitter or whatever it is. It's literally social media
Oh.
for superheroes set up by Tony so you can interact with other superheroes.
Yep.
And not have to like talk to
That
normal
sounds like
people.
something
It's
he'd
very
do.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's good. I like it. It's 70 hours though. It's 50 to 70 hours. Which is
It
pretty
is.
long.
It's a long one, but like the combat's so good. Like no matter what you think of like the talking and the running around, the combat is so fun. I'm absolutely here for it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part by far.
I agree. Yeah, the combat definitely is the star of the show.
Oh, also, that's a spoil. I'm not gonna spoil it. It's a really good goof.
Okay.
Everyone in my chat keeps saying Robo Man. And it's one of my favorite goofs in the entire game.
There's a lot of good goofs like that. I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're referencing, and there's a lot. The game doesn't take itself too seriously in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that like Disney and Marvel were like, yeah, you can have fun. Go and have fun. Don't you don't have to have that much reverence for all of our stuff. Yeah.
Big fan.
Cool. You guys want to wrap this up? Take a quick break, go get some snacks, and we'll watch some Inhumans.
Whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
Baby.
Let's do that. We'll chop it up in 2 VODs. We'll take a quick break and circle back around, and we'll watch Inhumans. What have you guys looked at the Disney Plus thing of Inhumans to see what the runtime is?
No. It's
I haven't either.
2 hours, isn't it? It's so long.
I think it's 75 minutes is what I saw. I'll we'll look at the break and get logged in. If you're watching the stream, make sure you're logged in. We're going to be watching the Disney Plus version of the show of Inhumans Episode 1 for our first ever MCU crew watch along. We'll have a timer on screen and stuff as well. We'll talk about it in the second half. But yeah. For now, that's it. Thanks so much for watching the MCU crew. If you aren't going to be joining us on Inhumans, and if you are, we'll be back here live at least in about 5 or 6 minutes. We'll see you guys then.